No, I'm not a Queebicator. I love Queebics. My son loves Queebics as well.
I thought you were gonna say your son is the Quebec burner. I'm like, this is
No, no, gosh, no.
Give it a couple of years.
Hey, yo, what's up? My name is Myne, and today we have a very, very special guest on the Hytale podcast. I'm, of course, with Chris, and there's a special person. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, hi, I'm Buddhacat. Hi, everyone.
Do you want to tell everyone what you do, who you are, kind of introduce yourself?
Yeah, for those who don't know, I'm Buddhacat. I'm the community coordinator. So I don't know, I do like a whole bunch of things, but I guess we can get into that later. But yeah, I'm Buddhacat, I'm community coordinator. That's me. That's who I am.
Hey.
Yeah, so we finally got a developer on the podcast. He's going to spill all the secrets about his work, his life.
Of course.
Everything you guys probably don't want to know.
Yeah, they're gonna see Buddhacat on the podcast. They'll be like, "Holy cow, this is he's gonna tell us
juicy and spicy."
Yeah, we're gonna start off with a really, really easy icebreaker question. What does your name mean? Where did you get the name Buddhacat from?
It's from my cat, who's no longer with us, but
Rest in peace.
yeah, I can't remember if it was like PlayStation 3. I was trying to I was making my account, and my cat's name was Martin. But we called him Buddhacat or Buddha because he was like just this big chunking cat. He was just so happy and sweet and
awesome
and great and wonderful. And his favorite snack was lettuce. It's the weirdest. He was the weirdest cat. He was so sweet.
Lettuce.
It's kind of fun though.
I mean, vegetarian. I guess it goes with Buddhism and everything. But yeah. And so like I couldn't think. I'm not a very I wasn't very in a creative mood or something like that. So I just called myself Buddhacat. Here we are.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's how.
Still Buddhacat.
I'm sure that's how every young person ever is named their person.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
No, nothing creative. There's just something really funny.
I've had 10 different usernames in my past, and they were all really random. It was like, this is something in my life. I'm gonna name myself that.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm assuming for you, Flash, you're Canadian. So there's the first part. Are you a big DC fan?
That's a really wild guess.
Well, you see, when I made the name, it was back in when I was in grade 8, and that's when the Flash was bopping on on TV and stuff. So
CW show, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of CTV, but it's CW. So yeah, I named myself CanadianFlash. Also, Flash is my favorite superhero, so that that kind of goes with it. But before that, I used the names KJ, even though there's no K or no J in my name. So I don't know where that came out of. It was an old Club Penguin name. It was weird.
That's funny.
Oh, nice. Club Penguin, man.
I love Club Penguin.
Yeah. That's where it's at. That's where the OGs are.
I have a fun story about my name. I was doing a digital media Photoshop class, and we were making fake products, and I just typed in a fake name for a product. And I was like, that name's kind of cool. I'm going to use this for a separate account. And then it turned into my main account, and now I'm Myne. So.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's actually a great story.
It carries.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Was it like a play on mine, like M-I-N-E?
It's funny. I didn't even pronounce it Myne because I was thinking of it German, so I'd pronounce it Myne.
Oh, gotcha.
But every single time it came up in conversation, because obviously I have English conversations with people, they were like, "Oh, your name's Myne," and I'm like, I guess my name's Myne.
Is Myne? Is it a German word or something?
It's not a word.
It's not a word? Oh, okay.
Not at all. It's a fake word.
Made up word.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Well, we're here to talk about Hytale. This is a Hytale podcast, and you work for Hytale. How did that come about?
So, oh man, I'll give you the super extreme TLDR version. You guys, you've ever heard of Staxel by chance, or Play Staxel?
No.
Sadly, no.
All right, well, we'll see how many people play it after this, but great game. Honestly, amazing game. It's so imagine, I don't know how much you guys play or life sim, farm sim type games, but imagine Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley with Minecraft. So there's creative, it's voxel blocky world.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, you could build structures and there's tons of crafting and farming, and it's great. It's super cute. But yeah, so so back when I was doing YouTube and streaming full time, I mainly played and reviewed indie games, and so that one popped up on my radar back when it was like in its alpha. So I reviewed it, played it a bunch, got chummy with like a lot of the devs, and and eventually became really good friends with the lead artist. And so if we jump forward a couple years, that same dev turned out to also be an artist at Hypixel, the Minecraft server.
Oh, of course it is.
Nice.
Yeah. And they were like, they messaged me at like 6 a.m. my time because they're in the UK. And they're like, would you be interested in applying for a social media manager position at Hypixel Network, right? So not studios at the time, it was just Minecraft server. And like, I was thinking, like in my head, I'm thinking like, I have no freaking experience.
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
this
ask that.
industry.
Like, that's so random.
Yeah.
Did you do any social media before that? I guess because you were a
Well,
content
yeah.
creator, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, so obviously I had my experience through my own, like, YouTube and building my own community through that, and then streaming, and then I was a part of Extra Life, and their official stream team, which is a charity where you play games to raise money for children's hospitals, and like 100% of the proceeds go to that.
That's awesome.
So like I had experience in that regard, but my background is primarily the music industry. So like I guess in a way, like don't forget I'm an old dude. So like 2007, I was at Sony Music International on their it was called New Media team, which was like, now called digital marketing or social media marketing or whatever, right? But New Media was what it was called at the time, which was just handling MySpace accounts. Rest in peace.
Right, because it was new.
Back in the day.
So yeah, 2007, man. Good times. But yeah, anyway, so I had no experience with the games industry, but I ended up was like, yeah, sure. Like I'd be dumb to not at least explore this option. Right. Don't think anything's gonna come from it, but sure. And then a couple hours later, I was like in a call with Noxy on Discord, just like a get to know you type of call between my friend and Noxy and myself. And he wanted me to submit my CV, and I went through the panel of interviews, which I think was like 6 interviews back then.
Oh wow, okay,
that's a lot.
And got the job, obviously. And it's important to like remember or note that during this entire process, I thought I was applying for the Minecraft server, and all they told me was it was for a secret project, and I was like, oh, okay,
like a new mini game maybe, right?
Yeah. So like I think I even like for one of the things I ended up making like these kind of like these graphic design, like infographic type things for my last interview, which was with Simon, I believe. And just as like here's like some of the things I was thinking of in the top of my head. And I remember like I had like this fake logo on the top that was like hush hush super secret Hypixel project or something. I had no idea what it was or what it was called. But as soon as I was hired, yeah, they showed me the final version of the trailer, and I was just like, I just remember thinking like, oh man, this is going to be huge. I didn't think like 60 million views huge, but yeah, I mean, yeah. So here we are, 2023, and still rocking it.
Yeah. So wait, how long have you been working for Hypixel Studios? Like when did you
yeah,
remember
so
when you got
October of 2018, so right before the unveil. Yeah.
Great. That's cool.
Okay.
Like
so you got it at like the perfect timing too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I think that's like right around the time like Chris was in and everything. So like, yeah, we were brought in for that final stage, I suppose. Yeah.
Cool. So I guess like right before the trailer dropped, they just expanded like a lot, I guess, in terms of.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean the team was really small at that point. I think like 30 something people.
30.
Yeah,
that's
like
very small.
It had to be like 35, 40 people. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like over 100. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
I find that so funny that you didn't even know really what you were signing up for. And
yeah, I mean, other than it was Hypixel, and I loved Hypixel. I loved Hypixel. I played a bunch of it on my YouTube channel, and even on my own time. I was I loved Hypixel. I loved what they were doing over there. So like I knew whatever it was something awesome that I wanted to be a part of. So, yeah.
So cool. Little did you know, right? Like
yeah. Had no idea it was like this whole separate their own game. Yeah. It's nuts.
And now you have probably one of the best jobs, or one of the coolest jobs that you probably imagine in the gaming industry, to be part of such a leading project.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like as far as yeah, like I mean, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm happy being here for sure. Like I mean, we all know the industry has its ups and downs. And I'm very grateful to be not only like a part of this team, but like especially being a part of this project. It's gonna be because there's gonna be something special. Yeah.
And this is probably the best game to be a community manager for, because the community is so open and heartwarming too.
Yeah, like it is still mind-blowing to me how many you know, you think 60 million views on a trailer, and then like how many, you know, there's I don't know, you know, 20 to 40,000 like actual super active people all over the internet on the community, like within the community, right? Mm-hmm. And that's still like an insane amount for a game that's not released, that doesn't have a lot of info about it. And, you know, even taking a step further, the amount of like talent within the community too, the amount of like fan art that we receive, and whether that's like music by like Slamma or models being produced, or, you know, actual 2D art, pixel art. I mean, it's even like real life props being made and cosplays. Yeah, it's mind blowing.
Yeah,
it's
like
an amazing community.
The Hytale cake was awesome.
Oh man, still never got a hold of that person.
Oh,
so
no.
if you're watching, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even know you had a music background. So with your music background, you probably love everything that Slamma makes.
Oh yeah, Slamma's.
I mean, who doesn't?
I know
I need to find
insanely a person talented. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know Oscar also adores Slamma's music. So
awesome.
Yeah,
love to see it.
I find it so incredible that for a game that's not released, we have a community that's so strong, but also a community that has built careers. I mean, look at Radoons. He started out making Hytale videos, and now he has a full-on Minecraft career. Or a lot of the model makers started out by making Hytale models, and now they are working with full-on companies,
like
doing what they love. Yeah,
Lee.
Yep. So awesome.
I think it's amazing, and that only makes you wonder like what's going to happen when the game comes out, you know, for a lot of other talented people to be able to show off their work.
I can't wait. I know the rest of the team can't wait either. Yeah.
So I have a question, and this is going to be planning a lot into the future. Where do you see yourself in 10, 20, maybe even 30 years? Do you see yourself staying as the social media coordinator for Hytale, or do you have like bigger plans? Where do we see Buddhacat in the future?
Well, I mean, 30 years, I'll be, again, I'm an old man. I'll be nearly 70. So,
oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
still
I'm 36, so like I'm an old man. But yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I have a hard time thinking like a year from now, let alone 10, 20, 30.
In a year, you'll still be doing exactly this.
We hope so.
I mean, yeah. I hope to be like I hope to be a part of this journey, and this team for as long as possible. You know, like I've worked like with a lot of the jobs I've worked in the past. I worked at them out of necessity, you know. So you know, so like whether that was like to earn a paycheck, or like hopefully use it as like a stepping stone to get to the dream job, you know. Yeah, with Hypixel Studios, like I choose to be here, you know. So yeah, and like I tell people all the time, even that YouTube video that I did recently, the update video, like this is the dream job. This is my dream job.
That's
awesome. Great
awesome.
people, great leadership, great community. I love my role. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna follow up with that. Like, is this your dream job? Like, what did you want to do? Or I guess that's a better follow up. Like, what did you want to do before this job? Like, did you have a different idea? You said you were involved with music. Did you want to be a musician?
Well, I was like, yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. But like the reason I got into the music industry was because I had like, if you can't beat them, join them mentality. So like, without, again, TLDR type versions here, I'll for the sake of brevity. I was in a signed band. We toured like a bunch, and we're playing a Warped Tour, opening for acts like, opening with these acts, but also like touring with them, playing with them, people like My Chemical Romance, Coheed and Cambria, like Taking Back Sunday, all these like bigger bands in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. So you were opening for bands like My Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Like big live audiences, that's awesome.
Yeah, so like thousands of people. I think in that band, I think we played over 1,000 shows as that band.
Damn.
And we were a subsidiary record label as like Atreyu. I don't know if these names mean anything to you. They're just metal bands. But yeah, like Atreyu and a bunch of other like notable acts. And this was when I was very young. I was like 16, between like the ages like 16 and 20,
wow, okay.
Or 16 and 19, 16, 20. And then, quit that. Right when things were about like getting really, really serious, I quit because I freaked out. I was really young and I panicked and ended up, and then that's when I was like, well, I will just be a part of the industry. I will be the record label or like whatever, work at the record label. Because I couldn't, music was like my sole passion other than video games and comics and, Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. Music was everything. And it was like a part of all of that as well, like part of all the rest of the things I loved. So yeah, man, I don't even know where I'm going with all this. What was it? I don't even remember what the question was originally, but oh, you asked what was I hoping the dream job would be?
Yeah.
This really is it. Like, worked in the music industry for a while. This is when I lived in Toronto, because I went to school there.
Let's go.
Yeah. Lived in Toronto. Go Jays. Go Maple Leafs.
Oh, he's gonna love that one.
Yeah. Yes, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. And then moved back home to Detroit. And then a bunch of other things. I did carpentry for a while. Like I was trying to do anything to earn a paycheck.
In the trades as well.
Yeah.
Man of all trades is awesome.
Yeah, right. I did freelance graphic design. I was like doing my own art, and then eventually that's when I don't even know where this is at in the timeline, but started YouTube. Mainly started YouTube because of my daughter at the time. Because like everything she was watching was like cursed, and I was like, God, this is awful.
There's got to be some better content out there.
I'll just make the things for her to watch,
Nice.
Yeah, and that's kind of how that started. But yeah, like that was the dream job at the time. I was like, I'll just do YouTube. I just want to be a YouTuber. I just want to do YouTube.
That is every kid's dream job these days. YouTube, TikTok star. That's all it is.
I wouldn't say kid. I mean, it's like I think everybody's period. Like I think
fair.
Even like boomers, man, right? Like I think no matter what, it's great. Yeah, it's great. So. But yeah, I was like, if YouTube doesn't work out, man, I play a lot of video games. It'd be awesome to make my own video game. It'd be really cool to either be a part of a team that's making a video game, or I make my own game, or like whatever it is. And so
I think everyone who loved video games, especially growing up, had that idea once. Like, I'm gonna be a video game developer.
Yeah.
And then I learned about being a video game developer, and I'm like, I don't want to be a video game.
It's so hard.
Like I remember playing like Final Fantasy and Earthbound and even like Sonic and like no matter what, like back then it was like, I want to make the music for games. I want to make the art for games. I want to, like, I didn't care what it was as long as it was like with games. So yeah, you're right. I think, you know, if you grew up loving video games, I think that's eventually you're like, I just want to make video games one way or another.
That's awesome. Yeah. And now your role is social media coordinator for
community coordinator.
A game. Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
So
it becomes full circle.
That's crazy. And like going into your role, like what exactly do you do? Like you can break down your social media coordinator role.
Because we know you're a social media coordinator, but we also know the social media hasn't been active. So I'm sure you don't sit around doing nothing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm the community coordinator, which is different. So like, I think like officially it's community coordinator and social media manager. But I mean, it consists of a lot of things, a lot of areas. Like it largely revolves around engaging with the community on the team's behalf, as well as acting as like your guys' spokesperson. So like the spokesperson for the Hytale community within the studio. You know what I mean? So I mean, obviously that part of the role will become even more busy and even more important once the game is launched. But yeah, you know. But you're right, like social media isn't like super active right now. So like, am I just sitting there, you know, just staring at like CanadianFlash tweeting Hytale for the umpteenth time?
Random Hytale picture day 71.
Right. I'm on like 80. I think I'm on 82 now or something like that. It's getting up there. Getting up
oh my gosh, yeah, that's nuts, man. I didn't even realize that we had that many screenshots out in the wild.
There's way more. You should see my like 5 gigabyte Hytale.
I can't wait. But no, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'm the one that organized the screenshots on the website. So yeah, we do have quite a lot. Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a whole like heap of goodies I do, including, you know, working closely with Chris, our narrative and editorial lead, and that can be anything from like broader strategies and goals and just, I mean, whatever really is going on at the moment. Sometimes I'll be working alongside Noxie on a specific thing. I do day-to-day management of our socials, even though we might not be posting anything. There's still, you know, I still need to monitor those channels. I still need to, you know, do any sort of weekly reporting or whatever. You know, there's still day-to-day things with that. It is my job. We'll see how many DMs I get after this, but for coordinating and working on our posts. So whether that's our social posts or our blog posts. So yeah, all of a sudden I just put a huge target on my back. But yeah, I think people already knew that. But yeah, there's lots more. I'm not going to bore you with everything. I do a lot of things. The role requires me to wear lots of different hats, but yeah.
So you're kind of like a jack of all trades at Hypixel Studios.
Kind of, yeah. Wherever I'm kind of needed, and that fits within my role's description. Yeah.
That's awesome though, because that means you get to kind of interact with the entire team.
Oh yeah.
How do the interactions kind of work with the other developers?
Yeah, that's a good question. I kind of touched on this even with during Thankmas, but yeah, I think I even said something along the lines of this. But one of the things I love about my role and what I do is the ability and sometimes even necessity to engage with many different teams, many different people within our studio. So, you know, one week I might be working alongside our audio department or our team to help produce assets for like a social media post or our blog post. And then like the following week I could be building reports for our designers or leadership or even like our stakeholders. And yeah, and then there's like other times I could be collaborating with our ops and workplace experience teams. And like I mentioned, even working alongside Noxie, like on a specific project. So it really just depends on what that current project is and kind of what's going on at that time, but either way, it usually leads me to some sort of collaboration with others, and I love it.
And I'm sure a lot of these collaborations can lead to a lot of funny situations or scenarios. Are there any like special moments that you can remember that you want to share?
Man, it's a toughie because the only things I can think of are things with Propsy.
That's fine.
Especially like, well, I can't even like think of it like a specific thing. It's like the but all the funniest. No, I think it's just because like we do. Sometimes it requires us to do a lot of like late night recording, of like footage or just getting screenshots. You get loopy, you get weird, you get goofy in the game. All of a sudden, you just are a dragon in the sky, and you're just like, vibing.
You guys are just messing around in the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and like, I'm trying to think like. Yeah, when we all met up last year, there was like lots of funny, goofy moments. Sean McCafferty, Moo, dressed up as a Chork with like paper cosplay, basically. It was the most cursed but wonderful thing I've ever seen. Awesome. Yeah. I wish I could think of something more specific. But I mean, Propsy and I are goofs, and so there's like a billion things that we've done. I'm sure when we were. It was late at night, and we were like working a bit overtime, and just got a little goofs. Just two goofs in Hytale.
That's okay. We all love goofs.
I mean, that's how like a pigeon with a knife was born. Was kind of like one of those moments, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I wasn't there during that. Like I mentioned during Thankmas, that was like my son was being born at that time, so I was on paternity leave, but like. It was probably Chris was filling in for what I am usually doing. And so it was probably one of those moments where it's like super late, and it was probably supposed to be him throwing the dagger, but he was like, I'm just going to be a pigeon because I love pigeons. And, thank God he did.
A community
great
meme was born.
Yeah. Great meme.
At least he didn't make a Mossthorn throw a dagger. That's all I'm saying.
Shame.
That would have
man.
split the community.
And Mossthorns wouldn't do that. They're too sweet.
No.
They won't throw daggers.
We can have a whole debate. Yeah, they'll throw.
They wouldn't even throw daggers at you, man. That's how sweet they are.
They will if I burn them. But.
Well, if they're burning, I doubt they'll throw a dagger. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll be dead. Yeah, cool.
I think they'll be worried about the fire.
Such hate.
That's the only mob I hate. Only mob, just Mossthorns.
Oh yeah? No, it's a serious question. Is that the only mob that you hate? Is
the only mob?
Mossthorn?
Yes. Seriously.
He's just a Mossthorn hater.
Only like I like Quebecs. I don't want to burn them. So just
One day we're gonna settle this, man. One day we're gonna look back and be like, remember that? Remember when I hated Mosshorns?
I was still right.
I do.
I don't think his mind is changing. He's been a Mossthorn hater since what, 2019, I think?
Yeah, I think at this point you're just being stubborn. I think you actually do love Mosshorns, and you're just being stubborn. And
I think you secretly hate Mosshorns.
Oh
you're
man,
just not telling anybody.
If only it were that easy, because then I could just be like, oh yeah, I side with all the rest of you that think they're gross. And
just go into the code and delete it real quick. There you go. Gone forever.
Just delete Mosshorns from the game.
Yeah, right. I'd be okay with that.
Is there a mob you hate? Are you like a anti-Quebec person?
Oh, I'm like it's kind of memed on at this point that every creature that's like revealed or in a screenshot, I'm like, this is the cutest thing in the world. And so like I have like this collection of cuties now at this point, and everyone's like, no, it actually isn't.
It's like Mosshorns. It's weird.
It's actually hideous. I don't understand.
Yeah, like that unnamed undead
understand.
creature with a little diamond mouth. Those things are creepy.
Cutie, man. Just wants a kiss.
Yeah.
Just wants a kiss.
I agree. Don't agree.
I'm not gonna let that near me.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not a Quebec hater. I love Quebecs. My son loves Quebecs as well.
I thought you were gonna say your son is the Quebec burner. I'm like, this is
no, gosh, no.
Give it a couple of years.
I was about to reach over and grab my little seedling plush that someone in the community made, but it's upstairs. He's actually holding it because he likes to cuddle with it.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
I love that.
Yep. Yeah. No, I'm a supporter of all of our creatures. I love them all. They're all cute.
Okay.
There will be one in the
I'm boring.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there'll be one, and I'll make a big stink about it. I'll promise.
I hate that one. That one only though. Only one.
Yeah.
Maybe for an April Fool's Day, you'll be an anti-Mosshorn hater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see.
So you mentioned meeting everyone last year. How was that, seeing everyone in person for the first time for a lot of people? Because there's so many people remote, and then you finally get to see the people behind the profile picture, behind the Zoom calls.
Exactly. I mean, you nail on the head right there. It's kind of like you finally get to see these people that you've heard their voice for years, or just only saw their profile picture, and meeting them in person. Because I mean, these are people also like, when we meet, we'll have, it's not required, but sometimes we'll have our face cams on.
Right.
And but it's still not the same, when you finally get to be face to face with that person and hug them and talk with them, and like, it does, it's like insanely, there's no words for it. It's very motivating and inspiring. Like some of these people that I've known for nearly 5 years or whatever at that point, and then finally getting to see them in person. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like I was very emotional at some points with some of these people. Yeah, it was kind of like meeting Noxie for the first time. I met Noxie once before that, for that big meeting. It was when we did the Rydex Arcane video, and I flew out to Derry to help film that. Thanks.
It's a classic.
It's a banger. It really is a banger. I love the music in it. But like that was like the first time I got to see Noxie in person, and like it was same, like super emotional. He's such a good dude. Treated me to some delicious Japanese food.
Ooh.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
Noxie's got a Japanese palate, does he?
I think he just, he likes Japanese food. He likes Japanese things. Yeah.
Must be a big anime guy.
I mean, I think that's pretty widely known at this point. If you follow him on Twitter, he's always talking about anime and stuff.
He likes to reply to a lot of tweets to it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's not alone. There's quite a few weebs on the team.
Yeah.
Me being one of them. Yeah.
Completely fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, we're nerding out about One Piece all the time.
Yes,
Chris. So
I'm almost on episode 1000 now. By the way, almost. I'm getting.
You are technically further than me now, man.
Ooh, he caught up.
No.
Yep. So no, you can't DM about it anymore. And I'll be like, oh, what? Say what?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Now I'm on the I gotta go on some sketchy websites to watch them now. That's crazy.
Sure. I wouldn't do that, man. Ooh.
I don't have Crunchyroll.
Oh man, come on, dude. Wait, well, let me ask you something. You got Discord Nitro?
I do.
He does have Discord Nitro.
Come on, dude.
He does have Discord Nitro.
That's more expensive than Crunchyroll.
You know what's funny? I actually had a free trial for Crunchyroll from Discord Nitro, but that was before I started watching like anime and all that, so I just gave it away to all my friends.
Oh my gosh, dude.
The irony in that.
I know, right? I'll buy it one day. I'm
just gonna end up gifting it to you, man, just so you can get through One Piece.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't have a virus yet, so we're good.
Yeah, yet being the key word there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'll steal my Hytale account one day. Dang.
I mean, you got the same virus downloading those fake Hytale free downloads on the website right now.
Please,
I have
no one download from those things. Like, I hope it doesn't need to be said at this point, but man, because they're still popping up. I
tweeted about it, and people were like, "Yeah, I've downloaded that before. It's a scam." And it's like,
really?
Downloaded it? It's like,
no, really?
Yeah, there's no secret version of Hytale on like some weird dark web, thing, man. Yeah. It's just like we've said many times, you guys will be the first to know. Okay,
yes,
I'm just gonna like secretly put this on some like shady website.
No, some Russian website guy has it first.
How did he get it?
All the source code.
I knew it. He hacked Noxie's computer. It's crazy.
Oh man.
So yeah, this is a public service announcement. don't download Hytale free download now free game online.
No scam.
Yes.
Yeah.
No virus.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. Those are fake.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's a bad idea.
I'll cancel this download real quick. Hold on.
he's been downloading it the whole time. He thought
it hasn't stopped. It's been like 12 days running. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like downloading 1 megabyte at a time. It's weird.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So you mentioned you joined the team when it was like 35 members, and it's over 100 now. How does that feel to have the team so big?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like,
can you keep track of everyone? Do you know everyone?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I can. Like, I think it helps that I get to like have a chance to meet and talk with everybody who's coming in for their onboarding. And so like getting a chance to like hear their backgrounds face to face, well, so to speak, like, via webcam or whatever. But, hearing everybody's backgrounds and stuff. Yeah. It's easier to, keep track of everyone. I got a pretty good memory as well when it comes to stuff like that.
I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You give me a name, I forget in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting because like on the street, like if I was like at a convention or something, and if there was like a line of 100 people, and they were like each telling me their name, and I probably would remember maybe 15 of those, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I think maybe I'm being a little harsh on myself, but my point is I think like in real life, it's harder for me, but when it's like online and I can like see screen names and I can like associate it with a profile picture or the sound of their voice or their personality or whatever, there's like a slower process to it for me, like to register it all. So it's like easier for me to remember it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh on myself in that regard, but yeah. But yeah, like it's been difficult, in its own ways, but like super rewarding and super exciting. As far as the team expanding, take this opportunity to say huge props to our HR and recruitment teams. They're phenomenal. Yes.
Round of applause.
They're phenomenal, man. They're extraordinarily talented and good at their jobs. And I was just telling one of the members of HR like a couple days ago how much admiration I have for them. Yeah, they're awesome. But yeah, like we're I was kind of saying this earlier. We're building something insanely special, So finding the right people to help with that has its own set of challenges. But it's been incredibly rewarding. Like the amount of talent, this gets me genuinely excited, but like the amount of talent on our team now is just mind-blowing. Like we're talking about people from like who've come from Valve and Activision Blizzard and Weta Workshop and Guerrilla and 343 Industries, and like the list goes on and on and on. It's super exciting, very rewarding. Has its challenges, but been very, very rewarding. Yeah.
Do you want to like showcase or like shout out some of the devs that we might not hear about or know about that are actually working their asses off to make the game every single day? Because we there's like a few prominent community members that a lot of us could name off the top of our heads, but there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people that we couldn't name. We don't know the impact they're having and don't get enough credit. Yeah,
I mean, I won't say like names specifically,
right. But like
I will. But like I said already, HR and recruitment, they never get enough love anyway, and doesn't matter what industry, It doesn't matter if you're like at Walgreens or like, whatever, or like some big corporation. HR and recruitment, they don't get a lot of love, and they certainly deserve it. Especially ours. They're so talented and awesome. And on that note, QA is also one of those parts of especially the games industry who don't get enough love. But hey man, they're making sure the game ain't broke. You know,
Very important.
They're very, very important. And again, we've got some of the best. They're incredible. You know, and like you even mentioned, I think I know who you're talking about. Some of like the more prominent members on the team who are kind of active in the community space. Shoutale being one of them. But yeah. And like on that note, workplace experience. Like even when they're already incredibly busy, they'll take the time to like send out those goodies to members of the community during Thankmas or whatever, or r/place or whatever. Yeah. So and then just our ops team in general, they're all fantastic, extraordinarily talented, wonderful, talented people. So big props, huge shout out to all of them for sure. Yeah, they all deserve more love.
What a talented team.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, and that's what I've been saying, man.
I think you kind of already answered this in your previous answers, but what is the best thing about working at Hypixel Studios?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on that a little bit. I'll still like. I mean, it's a super loaded question. For me personally, I mean, I think everybody would have their own answer to this, obviously. Right. But yeah, like I guess first and foremost, the leadership. Kind of what I mentioned earlier. I think we're all familiar with the ups and downs of this industry. More so, I guess, I mean, more so the downs. And because of that, I'm so, like, every day I'm always so grateful to be working at a company like this, whose leadership cares so much about the team, things that have occurred with me in the past. Yeah, I'm just very, very grateful for that. And I think, like, I know it sounds like probably like a given, you know, at this point. Pretty much I've been gushing about the team and the project and everything, but I mean, I'll just say it again. Like, it's awesome to be working on a project that you like actually give a crap about, man. And not only that, but like that we're all like immensely passionate about. It's like seriously palpable how much passion every like aspect of our team has, or how much passion they have for this project. We care a lot about this game, you know. And I guess kind of on the same note there, like I adore the diversity on our team. Like so like whether that's the diversity with our work histories or our cultures, or our backgrounds, like, you know, whatever. There's so many fantastic things that can come from all that, and I'm really like I'm super grateful that our team embraces that. And again, this is a huge props to HR and our recruitment for you know, being so awesome when it comes to diversity and inclusion, and making sure that we have an awesome team full of lots of wonderful people with wonderful backgrounds. Yeah, that's I guess that's
a great answer.
I probably could keep going on and on and on, but yeah, I'll just stop it there so I don't make this too long. Yeah,
that's okay. Only at like 43 minutes. We're good.
Woo, yeah, I'm a talker, man. Sorry.
That's fine, dude. Don't worry.
That's what the people are here for.
They don't want to hear us.
Here for you.
Yeah.
They hear us every week. They're tired of us.
I was about to say, are you sure this is the Hytale podcast, man? Hosted by Myne and CanadianFlash. I'm pretty sure they come for you guys. But yeah.
Well, now that you're on the podcast this week, I'm sure we're on the back burner. Like I made your
they're probably
your
like,
face
oh man.
Bigger. Yeah, I made your face cam bigger than ours for a reason today. So.
Oh geez. Hope they'll see. I was just telling. I mean, they didn't hear obviously, but I'm like in full late night dad mode right now. So, you know, hopefully big webcam don't equal. Wow, what a greasy, tired man. Wow. I'm just kidding.
Nah, they're gonna think, what a well-dressed, handsome dad. That's what they're gonna think.
No, I think they're gonna be like, wait, he's not actually a cat?
I mean, this could just be my human form. This could be a filter. This is my VTuber skin, you know?
Right.
AI is getting realistic.
Yeah.
Hollywood is done for.
Yeah, it's my UE5 model. You know, they're getting pretty realistic with Unreal. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about your work at Hypixel, but there's also a lot of work with the community, Thankmas being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Thankmas is a huge part of the community because it brings everyone together, I feel like. And we just kind of celebrate not only a charity, celebrate community, but we also celebrate the game. What are the things you love about Thankmas, for example? Because I know the devs are also play a huge part in it, and we're super appreciative of that you guys support us in such a way.
Yeah, I mean, like the most important thing to us is to be as hands off as possible. Yeah. You know, like I'm very grateful, obviously, that you guys gave us like the opportunity to come on and chat. Like last year, I had that interview with Quebec Corner, and Bob came on, and you know, that was really cool. We were able to show off that cool piece of Chork key art. But yeah, like our main thing is try to be as hands off as possible, because this is, to us, a time that the spotlight should be on you guys, you know, for you guys to shine. And yeah, I know you guys are talking about Hytale or whatever, but not always, right? You guys are also showing off a lot of your skills and your talents through music and art, and just even like with like yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of, I don't know. There's so many things going on. Like whether that's like Minecraft servers or just like coordinating events behind the scenes. Like, so this is your time to shine. And I think that's what we love the most about it, is to just see, it's like a really nice, like condensed way to monitor you guys, to see what you guys are up to see the skills, to see the passion. And that's always, I mean, so fun, so fun to watch. It's super motivating to watch. And it's always like, it's always great too. It's like, it's towards the end of the year. It's right before, you know, holidays and our own holiday break. It's like a really cozy time of year, and it's a really good way to kind of cap the year for us, at least.
Right. And I mean, I can assure you this year's Thankmas will probably be, if not the best Thankmas out there, because we've already started working on aspects for this year's Thankmas.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I don't want to spoil anything, because I don't even know that much about it anyway, but there's things in the works already, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait. I know, like I've already gotten a message from Lee regarding some things with Power Hour. So I'm stoked for that. I'm stoked for that. Hopefully Lee lets me do another voice line.
I'm sure she'd love that.
That will not be an issue. You could probably do 2 voice lines if you really wanted to.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe I can have a guest on, another dev on as a guest.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm stoked for it again. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. Like I love it. I love Power Hour. I love the roundtables. I love every aspect of it. I can't wait to see. It gets better and better each time too. So, like you said, you think this will be the best one? That makes me even more excited, because I can't even imagine it. I can't wait to see
what you guys have. I'm sure that motivates everyone working on Thankmas to work even harder to make sure that this really is the best one that we've ever had.
I mean, you guys don't need to try hard. I mean, you guys are already so freaking amazing at this. You know what I mean? I can't wait. I can't wait now.
And I think events like those are amazing, because the game kind of brings us together, and we're just able to make events with our friends that we made. And I'm sure there's going to be so many future events. Are you excited to see what kind of other events pop up? Not specifically Thankmas, but maybe even when the game is out, like just a bunch of people coming together, celebrating something, making charities for something, just events in general, just bringing a community together.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Like whatever it is, whether it's like an IRL thing or create-a-thon or Hytale Thankmas. I mean, I look for, like I was just saying, I look forward to these to like create-a-thon and Hytale Thankmas anyway. I look forward to that like every single year. I know the rest of the team does as well. So like I can't wait to see what else, you know, the community has to offer. I can't wait, especially once we get closer to launch or past that. I mean, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Chris, do you have anything to say?
Not really. I mean, I have plans for future events. I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. And there's probably already things in the works. Like it doesn't even have to be events, just like straight up community servers, like community discords, maybe Reddits or whatever. All those things are going to be awesome once Hytale does eventually get closer to launch, or once it actually gets past launch. So whatever it is, I'm freaking excited, man. I can't wait, dude.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be dope.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting because it's a whole new community sprouting out of nothing to see where it's going to evolve into.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of already interesting in that regard, you know, like, I think it was on your Discord server I read today or somewhere. It was like, I was 18, you know, when I saw the trailer. So now I'm X age, and like I see that all the time. And I think about that like in tandem with the other messages I kind of read all the time, which are like, I just stumbled upon this for the first time. Like I'll see that in the comments of our trailer, you know, every week, all the time. Like I just stumbled upon this, or I heard this from this person, and so like there's already kind of like this new wave of community members coming in, on top of like the already pretty established community that's been here since the trailer. It's awesome, man. Yeah, and they'll bring other things to the table, other events, maybe other skills and talents. Yeah, it's really cool. It's super cool. I think about that all the time.
Yeah, and we always welcome new community members to the Hytale community. If you want to post fan art, make content, make music, do whatever you want, we'll be here. We'll support you. Reach out to us. Like, we respond to DMs. I'll be on. Maybe not Connor, but like everybody else responds to DMs. So if you got any questions,
you gotta throw Connor under the bus there, eh?
Hey, we have that meme. You saw it before.
Yes, but yeah. I was just teasing.
All seriousness, he does respond. Okay, eventually he will respond. But yeah, just feel free to reach out to us. You know,
Connor's gonna get like 20 DMs after this episode comes out, being like, "I was told you answered them messages."
I love Connor. Love you, buddy.
Yeah, me too, man.
He's good Quebec.
Answer your DMs.
Yeah,
or something.
Especially when Buddhacat DMs you.
He always answers my DMs. He's super kind. He's super kind. I mean, he's busy. Or something. I don't know. I'm trying to stick up for you here, Connor. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to answer DMs. I don't know.
I mean, I've never had an issue with it, but I know other people have. So.
So that was the end of our main questions, but I'm gonna throw you a curveball here.
Sure.
Switch the sides.
Okay.
It's over.
Do you have a question for us? You are now the interviewer.
I had one burning question, which was, really? Are you a fan of Flash? I'm just kidding.
Yes. Well, not anymore. Actually, the show's pretty bad
I
now.
hate CanadianFlash.
Yeah, I hate myself.
I'm boycotting his channel.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, no, not really. I mean, I always have questions. There's questions. I have so many questions. Questions I'm not ready, nor probably permitted to ask just yet. Ooh, okay. So those questions will come in time. But yeah, like. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me on. This was awesome.
It was a pleasure.
Hopefully there'll be a part 2 in the future.
And a part 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
I'm just the new host, everybody. That's surprise.
Yeah, it's okay. Next time you'll do the intro.
Yeah.
And we won't even be on the podcast.
It'll just be me. It'll just be like a giant version of my smiling cat.
That's okay.
You're kicking us off the podcast.
Yep. This is now the Buddhacat. Buddhacast.
Buddhacast. I love that.
Buddhacast, yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like Buddha has a cast on him.
Yeah. Don't break anything, buddy. Knock on wood, man.
I have broken too many things.
Really?
I used to skateboard quite a lot.
That would make sense.
That happens. You know, sometimes you take a scooter to the ankle and your shin's gone. Like stuff happens, right? So.
Did that happen to you, man?
Well, no,
did you take an arrow to the knee?
No. But yeah, I mean, I flipped a bike before when I was going down a hill. If that counts.
I've flipped way more bikes than you probably have.
Here's a personal anecdote. We can leave it on. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Trigger warning. Gross broken bone story. But yeah, speaking of like riding a bike, I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, something like that, and I where I lived, man, I grew up in Detroit. And you know, it's not a lot of things to do, especially in like the poorer neighborhoods. And so like yeah, there's an ice rink by my house, and like so there's a big parking lot, and then like it's like huge hill for some reason, grass hill that went straight into the parking lot. So me and my friends would get on our bikes, ride down the hill, try to go as fast as we could, you know, or whatever. My uncle at the time let me borrow his like bike speedometer that you could just like
no way.
Yeah, so you could see how fast you're going on your bike. It was awesome. And so me being an idiot, like 13-year-old, 12, 13-year-old, I was like, I'm going to see how fast I can go and then ghost ride my bike. And for those who aren't aware, that's where you jump off your bike and try to keep your bike going.
Oh no.
So I got my bike up to like, I think it was like 20 or 25 miles per hour. God, it was like insanely fast.
Pretty fast in kilometers. For all those
that's the speed limit of a side street, like a car going down a side street, you know?
Like 40 kilometers an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah, and so I was like a very dumb child. I did that, and man, you could hear that bone, and I just was like holding my arm, because I'm not going to get into like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can assume what happened there, and I just remember looking down, and I had what's called a green stick fracture, which is like if you ever tried to break a green stick, like a live stick, you know? And it kind of breaks down the middle, and then it splinters down, you know. So and it twisted around, and so my hand was like upside down, and it was all it was. I had to get pins and whole
probably need more
bunch
than
of
pins, like a whole new wrist or something. Like what? And
so now I kind of got like a semi-crooked right arm. That's a fun fact about Buddhacat. He has got a crooked.
Do you still have the pins in your arm? Like when you go to the airport, like you ding when you go through the metal detector?
No. These were like a temporary set. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You get stopped by TSA every time.
Yeah. They were like the kind that went through, like, I can't remember. Did they go through my cast? I don't know. This was ages ago. But it was like, you know, the kind that you wear when it's in the cast, and it's there to like stabilize it while it's healing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Buddha, it's been fun. Do you have any final words for us Hytale fans and any Hytale fan out there?
I adore you guys. You guys are the best. I love seeing your fan art. I love seeing your messages. You guys are just wholesome and sweet and wonderful, and keep doing what you do.